The Little Beaver Who Built a Bridge Alone. Have you ever tried to do everything by yourself? Maybe you wanted to prove that you were strong, or smart, or capable. But sometimes, trying to do everything alone can make a simple journey much harder. Tonight's story takes us to a peaceful forest stream, where a little beaver named Finn is building something very important. And along the way, he discovers that asking for help is not a weakness at all. Deep in a quiet forest, a clear stream flowed between two grassy banks. The animals loved the stream, but crossing it was not always easy. Sometimes the rocks were slippery, sometimes the water was too high, and sometimes little animals had to take a very long way around. One morning, Finn the little beaver had an idea. "I'll build a bridge," he announced proudly. The animals cheered. A bridge would help everyone. Finn smiled. This would be his biggest project ever. The next morning, Finn began collecting wood. He carried logs, moved branches, measured planks, hammered supports, worked from sunrise until sunset. His friends noticed. Bunny offered to help. "No thanks," said Finn. "I've got it." The next day, Duck offered to help. "No thanks." Finn smiled. "I can handle it." Later, Hedgehog offered too, but Finn shook his head. "I want to do it myself." His friends shrugged and wished him luck. Days passed. Slowly, the bridge began to take shape. Wooden beams stretched across the stream. Support posts stood firmly in place. Lantern flowers glowed nearby each evening. Finn felt proud, very proud. Soon, the bridge would be finished, and everyone would see what he had built. That night, dark clouds gathered above the forest. Rain began falling softly, then harder still. The stream swelled. Water rushed over rocks. Branches floated downstream. When morning arrived, Finn hurried to the bridge. His heart sank. Part of the bridge had broken away. Several support beams were gone. One entire section had collapsed into the water. Finn stared silently. Days of work gone. Finn immediately began repairing the damage. He lifted logs, dragged wood, hammered boards, again, and again, and again. But there was simply too much work. The bridge was larger than before. The stream was stronger now. And Finn was exhausted. By evening, he sat beside the unfinished bridge, cold, tired, discouraged. As twilight settled across the forest, an old stag named Rowan approached quietly. His large antlers were decorated with tiny glowing lantern flowers. He often wandered the forest planting flowers wherever animals traveled. Rowan sat beside Finn. "You look troubled." Finn sighed. "I was building a bridge. I almost finished it. And now it's ruined." Rowan nodded gently. "I see." Finn stared at the stream. "I just need to work harder." The old stag remained quiet for a moment. Then he asked, "Why are you building this bridge?" Finn answered immediately. "So animals can cross safely." Rowan smiled. "A bridge connects two places." Finn nodded. "Yes." The stag looked kindly at him. "Then why are you trying to build one while separating yourself from everyone else?" Finn blinked. He had never thought about it that way. The next morning, Finn stood beside the unfinished bridge. He felt nervous, more nervous than during the storm, because today he had to do something difficult. He had to ask for help. One by one, he visited his friends: bunny, duck, hedgehog. Finn looked down. "I can't finish the bridge alone. Would you help me?" For a moment, everything was quiet. Then Bunny smiled. "Of course." Duck smiled too. "We've been waiting." Hedgehog laughed. "We thought you'd never ask." That afternoon, the forest buzzed with activity. Bunny carried rope. Duck transported wood across the stream. Hedgehog hung lantern flowers. Even smaller animals helped gather supplies. The bridge grew stronger than before, and somehow the work felt lighter. Not because the bridge was smaller, but because the burden was shared. A few days later, the bridge was finally complete. Warm lantern flowers lined the rails. The wooden planks shone in the evening light. Animals crossed safely from one side to the other. Everyone celebrated. But Finn noticed something. The most beautiful part of the bridge wasn't the wood, or the lanterns, or the craftsmanship. It was seeing his friends standing beside him, smiling together. That night, Finn sat quietly on the bridge beneath the stars. The stream flowed gently below. Lantern flowers glowed softly around him, and his heart felt peaceful because he had learned something important. Doing everything alone does not make us stronger. Sometimes, real strength means letting others walk beside us. You don't have to carry every burden alone. Sometimes, the bravest words are, "Can you help me?" Because asking for help is not weakness. It is another kind of strength. Good night, little dreamer. Sweet dreams.